In a single courtroom session, one man begs for mercy while another faces a 20-year fate for murder. But as the judge listens, one shocking truth cuts through every excuse. Justice isn't blind, it remembers.
All right, sir, are Christopher Curtis Ray? And Mr. Ray, you were previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to forgery of a financial instrument. It was enhanced to a third-degree felony. That was an open plea to the court. I have received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have none.
Are there any additions or corrections to the report?
Not from the judge.
All right, Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, Mr. Ray is here this morning asking for probation. I realize that the PSI, he realized that the PSI, according to the PSI, I believe his sixth felony. He's only had, with those felonies look to me like he's only had one term of probation. It was revoked back in 2000, I believe. That's the only term of probation he's ever had for the felony. I suspect just he was in jail and probably had time served on the other ones. To his credit, even though he's not on probation, looks like during one of his terms in prison, he did some things to benefit himself. He successfully completed the safety program. He got his GED, and I think at one point he was sent to and successfully completed the ISF program. So he does have the ability, he has shown the ability to make progress. And again, he did the safety and the GED not as a condition of probation, it's something he did on his own while he was in prison to better himself. He's telling me that if he were to be granted probation, he's got a job, he's going to be able to go back to his previous job as an auto mechanic. The owner of the shop has reached out to him or told him that as soon as he gets released to go back, he still has a job there with him. He is the only caretaker for his elderly mother. His father died, I think, around 5 months ago. His mother is home living alone, and he would be the only caretaker for her since the father has passed away. It looks to me like he also has a case out of Harris County that he's currently on probation for. I talked to him about that. He says he's spoken with somebody from Harris County. They're not going to revoke him. I think there was a felony that came up after that probation, but they're not going to revoke him based on that. So he still is on probation from Harris County. And according to this PSI, at least he's a low risk for reputation on the probation. So we're asking the court to consider all that and grant him a term of probation.
All right, thank you. Ms. Alfino?
Judge, based upon my review of the underlying case in which he was attempting to pass a $20,000 forged check, which I assume had to be some kind of connection to the person at that business for him to get his hands on that check. Based upon that and his criminal history, I just can't in good faith agree with probation being satisfactory in this case. He's continued to commit the same type of offenses after this offense, and my read of it is that he's currently on parole, not on probation. And I feel like upwards of a 5-year sentence.
It looks like I think the way I read it, he's on parole and probation
I believe that's
for 2 felony offenses that were committed after this one was committed, and this one was committed after 3 felonies convictions. I mean, Mr. Ray, really, what Mr. Rojas said about you going to safety in the past and bettering yourself is great, and the fact that you went to ISF just in 2019, and that after that, I mean, it kind of totally just diffuses his whole argument, and he's trying to pull out anything to help you, and I appreciate he's doing that, and you should too, but all it does is point out to me that you have all the tools, and you continue to break the law, and the same thing of forgeries and burglary and fraudulent use of possession. I mean, it's just stealing from people or places, and I agree with Ms. Malfino. I can't in good faith put you on probation. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty to forgery of a financial instrument freely and voluntarily, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of that, sentence you to a term of 5 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. This was not an agreement. I'm handing you the trial court certification of your right to appeal. You do have some rights to appeal. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about that. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. If you'd like to, sir, you can go back. Sir, are you Trishad Tarrant? And this is 24 DCCR 1217. And Mr. Brewer, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment? Mr. Cook, I'm so sorry. There's
Mr. Brewer was the guy that's actually.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mr. Cook. And Mr. Tarrant, before we get started, I'm going to make sure that we're all on the same page. I know the clerk had you swear in, but said that you didn't answer out loud, so I want to make sure we are all clear, that the record's clear. So the best you can, would you please raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you, sir. And it looks like in cause number 24-1217, the state has elected to proceed on the lesser included offense of the first-degree felony murder, and that's from May 21st of 2021. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Cook?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right, or not the district attorney, the state's attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement, is that an 8 or a 0? Is it 20?
20 years old.
Okay. The pins are, make it a little bit faint.
Could you please get the 2 with an 8?
I got, yes, sir.
Makes it
Yes,
a
sir.
little bit different.
Yes, sir. And so you understand, if I follow this agreement, you're waiving any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, sir, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Tarrant is not competent?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the first-degree felony offense of murder. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 20 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. That will run consecutive to cause number 16808 out of Van Zant County, Texas. I am going to hand you in just a second the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. You are also going to be handed a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition.
Okay.
I'm required to read this to you. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Cook. And it's my understanding that there is a victim impact statement. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's do this. If we can, Mr. Lewis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to submit it to her, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if somebody was here or if they
They're
wanted
watching on Zoom.
to. Okay.
They're watching the proceeding on in communication with them. They are fine with me submitting it.
Okay, thank you. And did you want to read it out loud for them or just submit it to the court?
I can read it out loud.
Okay.
It's not very long.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And we'll go off the record.
I wanted to know why this happened. I was extremely sad and just miss him. I felt helpless because I knew I was never going to see him again. I wanted answers. I wanted to hug him. I thought he was only going to be at that facility 3 days and then he was going to be released. We even prepared his room for his arrival, but that day never came because he was murdered. My son was not a rebellious person. He had reconciled with the Lord and was ready to come home.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank y'all. You are free to go back with the bailiff. Yes, he can have those copies. All right, thank you.
From forgery to first-degree murder, these back-to-back sentences show just how quickly justice can turn. Every word in this courtroom carried a consequence, and you just witnessed it unfold in real time. If you want more real courtroom moments that leave you questioning justice itself, hit subscribe and join the next trial inside Courtwire.